Hello everyone, Mr. Dempsey here. This is a video explaining what is happening in regards to SQA assessments this year, which, like almost every aspect of life currently and over the last year or so, is a bit different this year. So I'm going to take you through some of the key aspects in relation to that. So I'll discuss the background to the current SQA situation, the alternative certification model, our approach to assessment in school, what will happen if a pupil is absent during assessments, the security of assessments, and the support that we are making available to the young people at Larkhall Academy. So first, some of the context. For SQA, the assessment and exam body in this school, there has, like with many things in life, been disruption this year. So in October of 2020, it was announced that examinations at National 5 level were cancelled for this session. The SQA also announced that for some courses, both at National 5 level and at higher and advanced higher, content would be reduced, or there would be some optionality you can answer on one particular bit or another bit, so you don't need to study both. At that time, it was announced that National 3, 4 and 2 would run as normal. Then in December 2020, it was announced that all higher and advanced higher examinations for this session would be cancelled. And to replace the exams, the SQA, the exam body in this country, developed an alternative certification model. Now, this alternative certification model, which is a wee bit of a mouthful, relies on teachers' grades for pupils, but they must be based on demonstrated attainment. And this is a very important difference from last year, when the grades that teachers submitted were based on inferred attainment. So I want to take a wee minute to explain the difference between demonstrated and inferred attainment. Inferred attainment, which was used last year, means that teachers predicted what they think if a pupil in a normal year was sitting the exam, they were likely to get from their knowledge of that young person, from their prior attainment, from how they'd worked during the year. And they didn't need evidence to back that up. This year, however, teachers can only submit grades for pupils based on what they have demonstrated, essentially work that they have produced for the course over this session. So previously, under inferred attainment, I could say that pupil would get an A for higher English and put that in. This year, if I want to put in a grade of an A, I need to have captured work where a pupil has demonstrated that they are working at the standard for an A. Now, in most cases, this is work produced by pupils in formal assessment conditions. The SQA have stipulated evidence requirements for different subjects. So for many subjects, this also includes coursework. So there may be, for some subjects, pupils will sit an assessment in class time, closed books, formal conditions, but there'll also be a practical element, and the grade will be based on their demonstrated attainment from a combination of those. Our approach at Larkhall to the assessment of pupils is about maximising the time that young people can have in class with their teachers. Young people have missed a lot of time in school this year, so we want to give them as much time as we can with their teachers, because that's what will really help them learn and show to the best of their abilities what they are capable of. So pupils will continue to follow their normal timetables on the 2-week model. And during April, just really the end of April, all of May and some of June, pupils will sit assessments for their National 5, higher and advanced higher subjects. These are detailed on the assessment calendars and there'll also be the dates on Google Classroom as well. So pupils at this point should ensure they are aware of when all their assessments will be. These assessments are staggered. So rather than a pupil sitting 3 hours worth of English assessments on one day, they might have a 45-minute English assessment this week, one in the middle of May, and one at the start of June, allowing them to spread out their revision and work for that. These assessments will take place largely in class during class time. And as pupils are working through this, they'll be receiving feedback on their progress. And this will include a future tracking report to show how pupils have progressed since the return to school. Of course, pupils entitled to additional assessment arrangements will receive these. So if a pupil in a normal exam year would be entitled to extra time or ICT or a quiet space, we'll ensure that they receive that as normal. In terms of absences, the first thing to say is, like with a normal exam diet, we want the young people to do their very best to attend for all their assessment dates. However, if there are rare occasions when that's not possible, please contact the school as soon as possible to inform them of this absence. And the principal teacher of that department will then rearrange the assessment at another time for the young person so they can demonstrate their attainment for that subject. Security of assessments is very important. The SQA have produced assessment papers that schools across the country can use. Schools will be using these in different ways. They may modify them, but they'll be using them at different times. And we need to do our best to keep these assessments secure. Therefore, young people should not share or discuss the details of any question with anyone either who's doing it at a different time at this school for various reasons, or with anyone online who attends a different school. So please, if you have sat your maths paper, don't then go online and talk about all the questions and content that are on it. Please do your best to keep these papers confidential. Finally, we want to give all the young people the best chance of demonstrating what they are capable and doing their very best. So we want to put support in place. And the best support is being in class as much as you can, revising your learning with your teachers, having assessment practice and getting feedback on that. There's also a supported study timetable that has just been created by Miss Brierley and will be shared. Lots of support there, both online and after school physically for a range of subjects. There's lots of resources on Google Classroom, so please be using these. And the website that is listed there has a great range of online study support. So if you can't make the school supported study sessions, I would suggest signing up for those as well. So hopefully that gives you some useful information about the assessment period that we are just starting upon. If there are any further questions, please contact your child's pupil support teacher for a general question or the principal teacher of that subject for a subject-specific question. Hopefully that's been helpful. Thank you very much.